Hey, freaks, it's Friday, September 29th, 2023. Coming up on the program today, let's listen to a politician get fingered in the butthole. Plus, when you swallow a tackle box full of metal doodads, you're gonna have a tummy ache. And Disney World's new atomic wedgie ride has not been a huge hit with families. All coming up today.
I met him in person, and I looked in his eyes. You need to look in these men's eyes, ladies, to see who and what you damn see, because you might see some shit you don't want to fuck with. Or you might see some shit that you know when they put their dick in your pussy, this shit is gonna be, it's gonna be a flat line. The dick might be good, but it's gonna be a flat line in my mind. I'm not gonna come in my mind, gonna come in my head. So you can't give me no head if you can't bust this one right here. You can't acknowledge this here. Most of them can't see me up here. He sent me a picture of his dick. I don't know why these young men, these young boys like to send me dick pics, but he sent me a picture of his dick. It was nice and fat and long and wet because he had jacked it off, so it would come coming out his dick. I looked at the picture. I said, you got a nice dick. You got a pretty dick. You should be happy. But I don't want none of it because it did not excite me. He's like, what you talking about? You don't want none of this. I know how to fuck real good, I said. You're an ignorant son of a bitch. You ignorant, you retarded, and you slow. With a big, hard, hot, wet dick that's ready to go.
It's the Distorted View Show with Tim Henson.
Back here with you one more time as we end the week with the Friday show. At the top of the program, I played a little Alexis K. Tyler for you. The last time we really spent any time on this magnificent creature was probably about a year ago when we revisited some of her classic clips, and I posted that segment on our YouTube channel. And lo and behold, just a day or two ago, Alexis K. Tyler came across my video and commented on it. She was like, thank you so much for featuring my content. At least that's how I took it. Maybe she wrote that condescendingly. Thanks so much for featuring my content. Like I'm stealing it or something. Maybe she wanted those views. Now that I stop and think about it, I'm pretty sure I was just making fun of Alexis K. Tyler's mom during that entire segment. The fat mom who used to sit next to her during Alexis's show, and she had that folder over her fat fupa. I think most problematic is when I started talking like Alexis K. Tyler. Like, that could get into some racist territory, right? I'm sure I exaggerated it a bit too, Why do men have to have such a sweet rectum? I wonder if Alexis liked that. I think they were talking about gay men preying on straight guys. Oh, I've got a clip here. Hold on. I'm going to play a clip from my own show. I'm just curious as to what the hell Alexis actually listened to.
Head up and went down on it, clapped down on that man's dick. They tried to pull him off for it, but he wanted that crack, or he wanted the dick one. Because, I can respect an honest hoe and an honest sissy.
Thank you.
You saying that it's some women that got some of them men that's like that. They go out to a restaurant, to wherever they going, socializing, play, club, whatever. And you got another gay person to focus in on him.
Gaydar.
Yeah, some gaydar. Done focused in on that man's butt.
And the nut. Butt and nut.
Why is it always the gay man focusing in on the straight married guy? I think it's the straight married guy who's looking for dick, who's looking for ass. This is where I start to ramp up. Who doesn't need a compass to find the asshole, right? To find that sweet rectum. He can He can sniff it out. He's like, I smell a hole. I smell a dirty, shitty hole I want to fuck. See, I can do Alexis K. Tyler, too. That's not racist. Gays, I can be like the gay Alexis K. Tyler, right? You can't trust these men. You got to be proud of your hole and know who be fucking your hole. Now, when a man busts his cream in your sissy puss, you got to make sure he ain't busting his nut in other sissy pusses. You got to inspect the nuts like a goddamn weigh station. Off the freeway, the trucks pull in, same goddamn thing. Before they fuck your hole, screech, pull on over. Gotta weigh your nuts. Gotta smell them. See if anything smells off about them. You smell another man on those nuts?
They believe a man over me because they feel like it's a man and he ain't gonna do them wrong, or they hooked on the dick. Man, they're just like they hooked on phonics, they hooked on dick.
I don't know, man. I don't think I can compete with Alexis K. Tyler after all.
At
least I ended with a compliment there. Hooked on
so they ain't gonna want to hear this. They're not gonna believe that it can happen to them.
Well, if you want to see that entire video clip that Alexis K. Tyler actually commented on, the Queen has noticed me. I will provide a link on the show notes today or embed it or something. Look, let's not rehash old material. When did I post that? It was like 6 months ago. Okay, it's not that long. I love that Alexis was just like Googling herself or doing a YouTube search for her own name. I'm right there with you, honey. I pull that same shit. You know, speaking of people whose work I love to feature on the show, I'm a big fan of eFucked. I mean, his whole thing is searching out fucked up funny porn. We're soulmates. You want to see some fucked up shit, go to efuck.com, right? Well, recently on this very podcast, we were talking about a female politician who's in a bit of trouble because it was found out that she had an OnlyFans account and was not only flashing titties and flashing gine for her subscribers, she was also just fucking getting nailed. It's nice to see a politician finally getting fucked for once instead of fucking over us. Ow! Thank you, everybody. Good night. Anyway, you remember me talking about that, I think, during the news segment. Well, eFucked has actually tracked down some of her theatrical work, if you will.
I am Susanna Gibson. I am running for the House of Delegates in the new 57th district, but I've always been a very passionate reproductive rights advocate.
So I've heard.
You need to stop underestimating women.
Smash cut 2?
He wants to see me fuck her in the ass.
Surprisingly, I do. The first little clip I have here starts off with Susanna completely naked on all fours on the bed, the traditional position of most Democrats, right? See, Tim Henson doing some political humor. I don't even know what that means.
They want to see your finger in my ass.
All right, she said, they want to see your finger in my ass. Apparently the guy is in the room with her. Oh yeah, the finger's in the ass. I see. I love it when guys keep their Apple Watches on while fucking. It's like, dude's still trying to get his steps in. You know, I don't know if you guys have an Apple Watch, but there's a whole section for, like, workouts, and they have all different kinds, right? If you're doing like an outdoor walk, indoor cycle, swimming, cycling, elliptical, stepper, rower. I think there should be a setting for sex. I would like to know how many calories I'm burning, how many thrusts or pumps I got in. Plus, it's very important that I continually monitor my heart rate. I don't want to fucking, stroke out while I'm giving it to my man so good. That is my sex voice, by the way, because usually I'm kind of wheezy, very out of shape. Anyway, let's get back to this elected official getting finger fucked.
And then y'all can watch me pee if you tip me in some tokens.
She kind of mumbles there, but she said, you can watch me pee if you give me tokens. Nixon had Watergate, and Susanna Gibson had Water Sportsgate. They're very similar.
More tokens before I let him do that.
Come on, guys. I really want to fuck her.
Imagine your own husband not allowed to fuck you until random strangers give up tokens. Well, they do end up fucking. He nuts inside of her, and it doesn't really take that long. She's left feeling pretty unsatisfied.
I just need somebody to make me come with their I feel like I have cum squirting out of my ass. Honey, can you put your fingers in my butt?
You have to listen very closely here, but the husband's like, oh, God, I just showered. Like, he is totally unaccommodating. Honey, please, I don't want to get all dirty again. I'm just going to have to hop back in the shower after this. No.
Show them.
No. You get in a shower again. No. Please, you need to stop. We've had this one. I can't. I'll put my hand and finger for her asshole.
Again, I apologize for the audio, but he's like, look, I can't. She's like, I just need you to fuck me. I need to come. And he's like, we've had this conversation. I just jizzed. You're not getting anything else out of me. And then, he kind of throws her a bone. He's like, all right, look, I'll stick a finger in your ass. By the way, this is some great chatterbait content. Totally worth the tokens, right? The finger is back up in there.
I already have so much cum inside of me.
How about you shit it out?
Guys, he's fingering the fuck out of me.
Don't even act like he's interested in this. He's got one hand holding his phone. He's checking out the sports scores as he finger fucks you.
And I have so much semen inside of me. It's insane.
She's overflowing with jizz.
Oh, you're hurting me.
Lady, you wanted the digits in your hole. Deal with the repercussions. Oh, it hurts.
Honey, when you're in my ass like that, you're inside of my ass. Honey, that hurts.
Gotta be honest with you, this is one of the most compelling campaign videos I've ever seen for a candidate. He's got me watching the whole thing, that's for sure. Well, that's Susanna Gibson. She's running for delegate for Virginia's 57th district. I don't know what those words mean. I do know she's in Meade's home state. However, I would not hold my breath for his vote. All right, there you go. A little bit from E Fucked. I've got some new mental disorder fakers. These are TikTokers who largely believe they have multiple personalities. We might throw in a fake Tourette's teen as well. I do like this first clip because it's actually calling out someone who is a DID faker, dissociative identity disorder. We begin with a clip of her. She's answering a question from someone who asked, how do you switch between personalities and voices so quickly?
I don't know. How do we switch so quickly?
I mean, that's not that hard to do. Hi, how are you? I am doing great. Her voice does get a little crazier.
Oh, we almost glitched. Yeah, I felt that. Can we do the weird thing? Well, how do we do the weird thing? Where we just, bug the voice out. You want to, just do the vocal cords? Yeah, instead of doing a full body, can we just bug?
It almost sounds like two people are talking at once there. Again, though, that's just throwing your voice. When you have multiple personalities, you don't switch like that. You don't have a conversation out loud with your other personalities.
So I used to work with mild to moderate special education, special needs children, and one of the 7th grade girls had DID, dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, how many followers on TikTok did she have? Oh, she didn't exploit her illness for likes?
And it's not fun, at all. When this girl switched, sometimes it took a very long time. It could take 2-3 hours, and she would just be in a trance almost. And that's how we knew it was happening. So we just kind of left her alone.
See, the real DID is not very conducive to TikTok. If it takes an hour to switch personalities, even 10 or 15 minutes, that's way too long for a TikTok video.
But it was never, ever just a full-on conversation, dueling banjos with herself hey, Maria, hey, Joe, how's it going? Oh, pretty good.
Hey, that's pretty good. Have you checked to see if you have DID? You can self-diagnose yourself, I hear.
This was always very traumatic for her, and the disorder itself is rooted in and typically triggered by trauma. So
No, it's fun. You get to pick a name for your entire system. You can have Pokemon, hanging out with anthropomorphic chairs. There's always a little British person. You got all those characters floating around your head. Stop being a suppressive.
Seeing this person essentially treating this disorder as like an open mic night and like doing songs, duetting yourself on guitar, it's making a mockery of the disorder.
Okay, maybe that first girl was faking DID. But I've got a real teenager here with real Tourette's. She's talking to her mom, actually pinching her mom's ass.
Up your bum. Oh, shit, sorry.
Sorry for sticking my finger up your ass. This already seems very fake, right? Tourette's normally manifests itself in verbal tics, not verbal tics and sexual molestation. Stick my finger up your ass! And then she actually does it. It's so strange.
It smells like shit.
Yeah, then she lifts up her fingers to her nose and smells. I just don't think this is how Tourette's manifests itself. Usually it's a verbal tic and that's it. This person is verbally ticking, goes back to normal, then has another tic that references her first tic. You know what I mean? So she'll be like, stick my finger up your ass. Oh my God, I'm so sorry, Mom. Fuck, my finger smells like shit now. It's like, really? There's a continuation of the tick, that line of ticking?
Pinch your ass. Up your bum. Oh, shit, sorry. It smells like shit. Chloe.
I don't know if you can hear that slight chomping sound, but she's literally chomping and bending down to her mom's crotch, like biting her pussy.
Listen to some music. Bite you cunt.
Yeah, bite you cunt. You know, last time we featured some of these fakers, we heard from a they-them named Peregrine. She's a bird, and she's got other birds in her system. I'm sure you remember that, right? How can you forget the bird lady? Well, she's back with more bullshit.
Hi, my name is Peregrine. I'm the host of our DID system, and I am primarily the alter who works our job. I'm also a bird in our world. Some of the times I can shapeshift between my human form and a peregrine falcon. What is so funny about this is that...
You expect us to take it seriously? I mean, the absolute funniest thing is that you yourself believe it. That's also scary.
Our boss is terrified of birds.
Luckily, you don't look like a bird, and you aren't really one of them. So I think your boss is gonna be just fine.
And she knows that we have DID, but she doesn't know that I specifically am a bird. And I kind of really want to tell her.
See, I mean, this is what DID is. It's lots of story times and giggles. Let the good times roll with your mental disorder. In other videos, she said, no, I'm literally a bird. I am really a bird. I can change forms if I want to. So someone replied, and I mean, this Peregrine had to have known this was coming, right? They said, hey, prove you're a bird and jump out of a window for us. Why don't you just kill yourself? Yes, I'm sure that's what that person believes is going to happen. I choose to believe that she can fly. She can spread her wings and fly away. I believe she can soar. Hit her beak on that glass door. Snap her neck in half because she's daft. I believe she can fly. Is that how that song goes? All right, let's see how they respond.
Comment reads, hey, prove you're a bird and jump out a window for us. I don't know how many times I have to tell you people we've been skydiving. I have flown.
Well, no, skydiving is falling. We can all fall. Humans, birds, rocks. This is not a difficult feat. What are you, stupid? You got a bird brain, that's for sure. Here's another DID faker.
Hey, it's Johnny Depp.
Okay, that is not Johnny Depp's voice. Johnny Depp is not a gender-bending ginger. And I think it's okay to call this person gender-bending because their pronouns are they, he, mist, mists, and mist self. Like, what the hell is even that? Like water spray mist? That's your gender? I know for a fact it's not short for mister. Not with this voice.
This comment reads as disrespectful, and after the comment that they replied.
Oh, this TikToker is replying to a comment someone left, basically calling this person full of shit.
People with DID don't have a choice on who forms and where they come from. And it comes from famous people or fictional characters. And
yeah, look, hey, a famous person is living in this fruit's head. Someone in the comments said they're trying to imitate the way Johnny Depp speaks so hard that they just start twirling their hair and stuff. And I'm like, that's what this person thinks Johnny Depp sounds like? I mean, Johnny Depp does have a fucked up speaking voice. It's like pseudo-British mumbling or something, but that whatever this person's doing, it's not Johnny Depp. I can't stand that voice. Let's check in with a brand new DID system here.
I present to everyone, Keith and Virgil.
Oh, he's showing us a picture of his altar, and it's two people with houses for heads.
This is their second forms. When they first split, they had Keith was named Linux Software and had a computer for a head, and Virgil was named Virus or Malware and had like a monitor for a head. They're friendlier now and look like this.
Did I just hear a low battery smoke alarm?
They're friendlier now.
Yep, I certainly did.
And look like this.
Let's end this segment with a little mental illness capitalism.
Exciting news that we know some of you have been waiting for, and it's
Let me guess, merch.
Here. And that would be merch.
Yes, she's going to monetize her DID system. She actually sells t-shirts and hats with her altars on them. I think maybe there is some mental illness at play here. It's just not the mental illness she thinks it is. I mean, this bitch is a narcissist, thinking other people want to wear her altars on apparel.
We have t-shirts that have some of us as cartoons. So that's like super cute.
You know those shitty Bitmojis? Little cartoon avatars? That's what's on the shirt. Just a bunch of those. And it looks like they're iron-on transfers. And alongside all of the pictures of her altars, the Bitmojis, it has their names. Some altars include Alex, Atticus, Harlow, Lexi, Cricket. But the quality of the print sucks so badly you can't read the text. That's why I think it's an iron-on transfer.
And we do have a couple t-shirts with Kevin. Another t-shirt we're offering is the Dissociative Identity Disorder Awareness Ribbon.
Which is more like general apparel. It doesn't have anything to do with her specifically.
Also, Hazy and Slightly Daisy beanies.
That's the name of her channel, Hazy and Slightly Daisy.
Super cute. We've got two different types of tote bags. We have with little altars on them, or we have the Hazy and Slightly Daisy logo. Two different kinds of mugs. One with the Dissociative Identity Disorder Awareness.
Get that money for your broken head, honey.
Ribbon.
Cash
and
in.
A mug with our logo, Hazy and Slightly Daisy.
Okay, it goes on and on and on. Just to give you a little flavor of what's going on over there at the Hazy and Slightly Daisy channel, here is one of her altars introducing himself, I guess. This is Atticus.
My name is Atticus. My pronouns are he, him. I do not have an age. I am a non-human altar. I identify as a demon.
Of course. You know, here's the problem with all of these, multiple personality TikTokers. They're competing with one another on social media. You got to keep upping the ante. So the very first person to ever announce they had DID was probably like, hey, my name is Liz. I have multiple personalities. I've got two other people living inside my head, Joe and Becky. One's a guy, one's a girl. And then the next person came along and was like, hey, I've got multiple personalities as well, but I got 5 of them in my head. And one is like a British person. And then the next person's like, yeah, well, I've got 7 personalities inside my head, and one is a baby. It can't even talk. All it does is it moos, or whatever babies do. Before you know, there are thousands of people with fake disorders on TikTok, and their altars are like aliens or demons, light beings and shit, you know?
And before we have any religious comments, I am not a demon in a religious sense. I have
a secular demon. Okay, thank you for the clarification.
We have 2 altars that identify as being a fairy, and we have numerous altars within our system that identify with being a demon.
All right, multiple demons, multiple fairies. There's a lot going on in your head. This really seems like one of the more fleshed out altars, and I'm surprised there's not more Atticus merchandise available. There's a sidebar in the video here outlining the physical appearance of Atticus, even though Atticus in reality is a female. Anyway, Atticus has jet black hair with shaved sides, fully black eyes, sharp, jagged teeth, pale blue/gray skin tone, sharp black claws, massive build, very strong tattoos. This is like a D&D build. All these people who claim to have dissociative identity disorder just need to learn to play tabletop games. Play advanced Dungeons and Dragons. You could be a gnome, a troll, an ogre, a demon, whatever. Stop foisting this bullshit upon us over there on TikTok. All right, well, there you go. Some fake disorders for your Friday. Finally, now, before we get into the news today, I've got a bit of a news bloopy. It's been a while since we've done one of these. This guy is all over the place. He can't quite get it together. This clip comes from the UK.
First, it's the news headlines.
Maybe.
No, it's not. We're going straight to me. This is breaking news. It's fast happening.
Nope.
Because as we just said, with the terror man... It's all gone wrong.
Did he literally say fuck?
With the terror man... It's all gone wrong. It's here. Chip Chapman, we have him coming up soon on the arrest of the terror suspect. He escaped from Wandsworth Prison.
Okay, it seems like he's getting back on track now.
And he's been apprehended. It's all coming up in GB News. We've got our first guest. Here it is. Police have escaped, have arrested prisoner Daniel Khalif. Beg your pardon, we're getting the audio in the right place. This story is just happening. Joining me now for the latest is GB News Home Security Editor Mark White. Are you there, Mark? It's Chip Chapman. We have Chip Chapman, Army.
So far, he's introduced like 4 different people, and no one has showed up yet. Mark's not there. I hear good things about Chip Chapman.
White, are you there, Mark? It's Chip Chapman. We have Chip Chapman, Army, for the Army and former head of counterterrorism, Major General Chip Chapman. Chip, dramatic.
That whole segment was dramatic. Oh, I do have one more little blooper for you. This is just like, the woman is not understanding the offerings of Chipotle. Like, who doesn't know how Chipotle works at this point? You can get a burrito, you can get a bowl. That's pretty much it, right? It's like, do you want the shit in a dish? Or do you want it wrapped up in a tortilla? I don't know what planet this newscaster was living on.
Chipotle trying to help you be a better you out there, okay?
New bowls.
It's got new bowls that accommodates popular diets. There's a keto bowl, paleo bowl, Whole30 diet bowls. They all have big rules about what you can eat.
Oh, you mean those like the tortillas that they make when you order a bowl and not a burrito? Is that what you're talking about?
No, you can get a bowl at Chipotle, just in a little bowl. And the certain ingredients go to a certain diet. How do you not know this?
I mean, I do, but I'm so confused about what you're talking about right now.
They're offering paleo diet-friendly bowls.
Like, it's not the paleo part that's tripping her up. She can't wrap her mind around bowls.
Friendly bowls. That has nothing to do with burritos. Just the stuff that's inside there.
But why would you eat the bowl?
Oh, she thinks the actual bowl is constructed out of keto-friendly materials? What? What?
Just the stuff that's inside there.
But why would you eat the bowl?
You don't eat the... when you have cereal, do you eat the bowl?
I do.
Well,
so what does it matter if it's paleo or not?
It's what's in the... It's the ingredients. Oh, my God.
These are the people explaining world events to us.
It's the chicken, the lettuce, those things.
Is there a fucking gas leak in the studio or something over there? Everyone's losing their goddamn minds. Someone please give me Chip Chapman. He's the only one that can save this segment. All right, and with that, let's get into the crazy, bizarre twist to that fucked up news right now. If you enjoy Distorted View Daily, become a member of the Sideshow, DV's member site, where you gain full access to the entire archive of programs. More importantly, every week I do brand new exclusive programs just for paying freaks. Yesterday was a Sideshow exclusive podcast. Earlier in the week, we did one on Tuesday. Over the years, we've done thousands of these things. Get access to them all when you become a member. Superfreaksideshow.com. All major credit cards and PayPal accepted. For an even easier way to gain access to the Sideshow, if you happen to use Apple Podcasts or Spotify, you can sign up right in those apps, just a few taps. The Sideshow exclusive episodes will appear right alongside the free episodes in the feed. which again makes it super, super easy. For more information, check out DistortedView.com and SuperFreakSideshow.com. Memberships are very inexpensive, only $6.99 a month, even less when you opt for a quarterly, semi-annual, yearly, or lifetime membership. One last way to help support DV, we've got a Patreon account, patreon.com/distortedview. You can pledge as little as $1 over there. If you pledge at least $5, you get access to a special voicemail line where I will play your calls first. And I believe we do have some patrons checking in today. We'll get into those in just a few minutes, but first, the news. Recently on the show, we covered the looting that took place in Philadelphia. These morons were robbing an Apple store, ripping off the display models from the tables, which is just silly. It was a fuck-witted thing to do, and we played audio of later on in the night, the phones started screeching. The looters couldn't turn them off. And, the phones were bricked at this point. I mean, of course, the phones have tracking devices in them. The whole thing is a tracking device. You holding on to these things, especially because they're on, they're charged. These, again, were the display units, so you're just making the cops' job so easy for them. Well, I have a little bit of an update for you. The person who was filming all of the looting was a woman named Deja Blackwell? Not exactly sure how to pronounce her first name. Thankfully, she goes by the name Meatball, which is so fitting when you see her mugshot, because the shape of her head certainly resembles a meatball. Big fat woman, right? Deja Blackwell, known as Meatball online, was live streaming the whole thing. She wound up with 12,000 followers, and she basically incited the riot. That's according to the mayor of Philadelphia, Mayor Jim Kenney. He added she is in jail. Blackwell was charged Wednesday with criminal conspiracy, criminal mischief, riot, and disorderly conduct, among other charges. In the video she posted to her Instagram stories, she appears to be cheering on the crowd, robbing the Apple store in Center City while shouting, "Free iPhones! Free iPhones!" She can also be seen walking with the crowd as they move to different stores and also driving to parts of the city. It was around 8 p.m. when police started receiving calls that large crowds were making their way into Center City. The crime spree also happened in Port Richmond, Northeast Philadelphia, and West Philadelphia, where I was born and raised. I did not partake in robberies like that, though. In the playground is where I spent most of my days. Among the stores looted were the Foot Locker and the Apple Store. Oh, and Lululemon. Police Commissioner John M. Stanford said she may be responsible for a lot of other people being arrested because she encouraged those folks, and they were, quite frankly, dumb enough to engage and participate, and there are going to be consequences for that. Yeah, they seem to make a lot of boneheaded moves, stealing the very trackable and brickable iPhones, also appearing on video without masks. Also a pretty dumb thing to do. The woman at the center of this controversy, Meatball, I think she's going to come out of this okay, though. She's already launched a new line of merchandise flaunting her tearful mugshot as she tries to cash in on her arrest. I shit you not. She begged her Instagram followers to buy her merch after also asking for cash donations. In her latest money grab, Meatball has rolled out hoodies and t-shirts. Look at the chapter artwork if you want to see what that looks like. You know what? They look better than the multiple personality TikTokers merchandise, that's for sure. The black, pink, or red hoodies are up for sale for $45 and $35, depending on, I guess, which style you go with. It comes as the looter has seen her social media following soar after she joined 60 others arrested in Philadelphia's looting. She now faces charges of burglary. Oh, burglary has been added. Criminal trespass, riot, disorderly conduct, etc., etc. The entrepreneurial 21-year-old, who also plugs her OnlyFans, I'm sorry, excuse me while I dry heave for a couple of seconds. She is not a pretty lady, but okay, she's got an OnlyFans. Can't imagine what's going on over there. And another clothing line called Ain't Nuffin. That's Nuffin with 2 F's. Ain't Nuffin on social media, was met with mixed reviews after posting about her latest business venture, as some question her choice to flaunt her lawlessness. Quote, "Wait, you stole from others, but you want people to pay for your stuff?" Another person branded her a laughingstock and added that she messed up and caught felonies. The day before she announced the mugshot merchandise, Blackwell also begged her followers for cash, telling her followers, "All I want to do is go treat myself." Well, you deserve it. You've been through so much. She also posted on Instagram asking users to go bless her and said frequently that she wants to get her toes done. Blackwell's bail was set at $25,000 according to court documents, and she is expected back in court on October 17th. Hashtag free meatball. All right, second story we have for you today. A man suffering from a 2-year-long stomach ache shocked doctors, who discovered that the patient had ingested all sorts of weird metal things. What exactly are we talking about here? Well, enough that he should have known why he had a stomach ache. He should have went right to the doctor and said, "Look, I swallowed some earphones and lockets and chains and nuts, bolts, bracelets, hairpins, you name it." By the way, those are all real things he swallowed. Maybe not the hairpin, but the rest of those things were true. All right, this apparently took place, though, in, India? Makes a little more sense, right? Patient Kuldep Singh, 35, had reportedly gone to the hospital concerned over his stomach problems, as well as a high fever. Medics scanned the problem area, whereupon they made an alarming discovery. Lots of safety pins, magnets, shirt buttons, zips, lockets, chains, and other inedible objects were found. Doctors diagnosed the trinket taster with pica, a mental health condition, like a real mental health condition, where the sufferer compulsively swallows items that aren't food. The affliction is most common among young children, pregnant women, or people with psychiatric disorders such as autism spectrum disorder, intellectual disabilities, or schizophrenia. According to the publication, the man's parents didn't even know he suffered from this problem. Unsurprisingly, eating indigestible objects can prove hazardous to one's health, as was the case here. Quote, "Since he had eaten sharp objects, there were severe wounds in his stomach. The doctor obviously decided to operate on him. Singh subsequently underwent a 3-hour surgery that was presided over by surgeon Anup Honda and gastroenterologist Vishavnor Kalra. While the procedure was successful, the patient is still not out of the woods. He's still on a ventilator. Yikes, this sounds like it's worse than the news story made it out to be. Sounds more than just, tummy trouble. He's on a fucking ventilator and is in critical condition. We've talked about pica here on the show multiple times. It's always interesting what people end up craving. Earlier this year, a pregnant woman became addicted to clay. Just eating any sort of clay. Diamond Dinah, 31, began craving clay during her first pregnancy with her son back in 2013. To date, she has spent about $4,000 on clay to eat. She said, "When I was pregnant, I'd get through 10 bags a day." Where do you get bags of clay like that? It was such a strong craving. Each bag is roughly 2 grams. I still can't get enough. Then she continues to eat clay. "I eat clay every day, and I'm not even pregnant anymore." That's because you crazy. Apparently, the kind of clay that Diamond likes to eat is completely edible, and she claims that it even helped curb her morning sickness. Bonus, she's shitting out pottery. "I never have to buy bowls and plates again." Apparently, that clay is called Mabele, M-A-B-E-L-E, an edible clay that comes from the Democratic Republic of the Congo and other neighboring countries. The clay is sometimes used traditionally during pregnancy and is said to help prevent nausea and vomiting. It is said to have a distinctive smell, and Diamond explained, quote, "When I was pregnant, I was obsessed with it. It smells like fresh rain in the summer. Taste-wise, though, it's definitely reminiscent of feces." No, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm sure it's delicious. All right, final story we have for you today. It's supposed to be the happiest place on earth. But for one family, it's been anything but happy. But happy. But happy. There's a clue in there somewhere. A couple is now suing Disney World after they say a water slide caused a painful wedgie and severe injury. The lawsuit filed in Orange County on Wednesday is focused on Typhoon Lagoon and the 214-foot water slide there called Humunga Cowabunga. According to Disney, people plummet down a near vertical 5-story drop. Riders go without a raft or a tube. The complaint said riders can reach speeds approaching 40 miles an hour. Before they go down the slide, they're told to cross their legs at their ankles. Okay, so far so good. The lawsuit said in this case, when the woman went down the slide, near the end, her body lifted up. She became airborne and she was slammed downward against the slide, which increased the likelihood of her legs becoming uncrossed. The document said that, and her impact into the standing water at the bottom caused a painful wedgie and immediate bleeding. Like ass crack bleeding? That does deserve a payout. The lawsuit said an ambulance took the wife to the hospital, and she was eventually taken to another hospital for a specialist. Damn, that is a severe wedgie. It continued on to say she suffered severe and permanent bodily injury. Like, did it pull her asshole out or something? Was she sliding down on her prolapse? Yeah, it said she suffered severe and permanent bodily injury to her private area. Oh, no. Maybe she burned her pussy lips off or something. Scooting down that slide. It also states that she suffered damage to her internal organs. I mean, is that even possible on a water slide? Even if it does, like, fling you up into the air and you slam back down onto the slide. Internal organ damage? She and her husband are now suing Disney for more than $50,000. See, the amount of the lawsuit tells me that these injuries aren't as bad as it sounds. You go to the doctor and get checked out for the flu, you get a bill for like $50,000. I don't think there's any like major reconstructive surgery going on with this lady's cunt or asshole. They're accusing the company of negligence, and they say Disney failed to provide her and other riders with proper protective clothing and failed to warn them of the inherent dangers. I mean, humunga cowabunga, this water slide has been in operation for a long time. This is the first time anyone's complained about an atomic wedgie. I think this is a you problem. The lawsuit said had Disney warned her about the risk, she would not have gone down the slide. Yeah, I don't know about that. Disney did not comment on this particular case, so there you go. That, my friends, is your Distorted News for Friday. Let's do a couple voicemails and get the hell out of here. Love to hear from you, freaks, and there are many ways to contact the show at distortedview.com. I'm all over social media at DistortedView on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/DistortedViewShow. As promised, we've got some patrons calling in here, and then we'll do some regular voicemails and, wrap things up for the week.
Hello, Timmy Boo. It's Itchy Tank calling in.
Hey, Itchy.
Thursday, September 28th, you played a Best of Show from 2017. And you talked on the show about how you once were asked to write a pen pal letter, but you decided to, fuck them, you didn't want to do it. And it reminded me of a funny / tragic story in my life when I was younger. Grade 5, we had to write pen pals, and I had to...
Yes, we did too! I wonder whatever happened to my pen pal. I think I wrote him once. And then maybe, I don't know if he ever wrote me back.
Pen pal within the country here in Canada was just another province, like out in Ontario or something.
I can't remember who our pen pals were, if it was like a different country or if it was somewhere else in the U.S.
And I was writing this girl, and she thought it was funny. She was writing me every couple of weeks or so.
Okay.
And she sent me her picture. And so she's pretty. She goes, "Oh, I want to see your picture." And I said, why not? So I got my school picture, sent it to her. And I never heard back from her again.
Oh, my God. That's awful. You got shot down in the 5th grade?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I never heard back from her again.
Well, I guess maybe you were more prepared when you became a teenager for rejection because it started so early for you.
And
probably a good thing, right?
And it kind of reminds me of another story. Oh, this was a few years back. It was one of those dating apps, like Match.com. I posted a picture of myself at the gym. I said, I'll show the girls I work out.
Right, your muscles.
And lady, she liked my picture, and I looked at her in profile. Wow, she's attractive, and she was showed her at the gym working out. So I said, "What gym do you go to?" And She replied, "Oh, sorry, I clicked like by mistake."
Oh my God!
I mean, I subscribe to Distorted View. I have a sense of humor, so thank God I did. If I didn't have a sense of humor, I would have blown my fucking brains out long ago. So, you fucked my life, and toodles, Tim.
Long life of rejection over there. Hey, send me a picture. I want to see what you look like.
Timmy Boo, it's DJ C calling from the Tesla of love while it drives itself home. Just asking, does Lord Douche know enough to send out an SOS upon your death? There was a question about where we're all going to meet up. I would assume it'd be, in Ohio somewhere there.
I mean, I'm sure an obituary will be sent out. You just, if you don't hear from me, if I don't do a show for a couple days, you should really start to worry and start checking, start doing Google News searches for obituaries.
But when we all converge upon the funeral spot, we need to know that something has happened to you. So will Lord Douche be able to operate the equipment to send out a message? Where should we look? We need a Timmy Boo's dead signal.
Yeah, well, Lord Douche is not on any social media, and he don't know how to work it, which is funny because he's in IT. I know. I'll have to write out some very explicit instructions for him,
which I really don't
in the case of my untimely demise.
Want to get, but we need a little bat signal for you, Timmy Boo.
Right, exactly.
Let me know. Let us know. We need.
All right, I'll get working on that, even though I don't like to think about my own death.
Timmy Boo, what it do? long time sideshow freak Jimmy Boo with a life update and a story for you.
Okay.
I know you like stories. So my story goes like this. For a long time, I didn't have a commute. I either worked at home or I was so close to home that I wasn't listening to podcasts a lot. But like a good little sideshow freak, I kept paying for the sideshow.
Listen, look, this is a true freak.
Such a backlog that I will probably never, ever catch up. However, I have now, after being laid off for a couple of months, I have now acquired a new job and have about an hour commute. So that's about the average length of a show.
Give or take, yeah.
So now I am listening to DV pretty much daily.
Hey,
to,
good boy.
I don't know, clear the backlog or whatever not. So now I'm back in the fold, so to speak. But just to clarify, I never did stop paying Timmy Boo for the privilege of being
even if you don't listen to the show, you still have to pay me. That's the rule.
Sideshow freak.
At some point, you will get some use out of Distorted View Daily. DV will be there for you.
So it's good to see you still doing it.
As long as people keep paying. Otherwise, I'm fucked.
It's good to see the whole crowd is still here. And hopefully I won't die on this stupid-ass fucking commute.
Yeah, well.
So, love you. Keep doing what you do, and,
Glad to have you back listening on a daily basis, my friend. Okay, let's end on that. A positive note for once. That's all the time we have on this edition of the program. I want you guys to email me, show@distortedview.com. DistortedView.com is our official website. Voicemail line for you, 206-666-4463. That's 206-660. God, is it oh, God?
He wants to see me fuck her in the ass.
Spread the distortion, STD. Tell all your friends about the program. Don't forget to give us a 5-star rating, a thumbs up, or like wherever you can rate and review podcasts. Guys, thank you so much for a great week of programs. We're back on Monday to do it all over again. Until then, bye, everybody.
Have a great Friday, you motherfucker.
This has been another excellent podcast from the Scribe Media Group. Learn more at scribe.net.